Dominic Abassi here for the British Columbia Football Conference with BCFCTV.com, and the first in our series of player interviews, a look at some of the athletes in this league and try to get to know who these human beings are and why they've chosen to come and play in one of the most competitive football environments in all of Canada. Typically, these will be done over Skype. You'll be able to view them with the players from other cities connecting with me by a video phone call, but I figured I'm in Nanaimo, and so is Jake Laberge, so we might as well connect face-to-face. And that's my guest today, second-year Raiders quarterback Jake Laberge. And Jake, I guess first of all, for you coming out of Terry Fox, a big conversation I know in high school football is NCAA. Head down south, get that scholarship. It wasn't the path that you chose. You went to the BCFC. Why?
Grade 12. I was a little undersized as a quarterback coming out. I mean, a lot of schools want me to play DB for them and stuff. I had a couple offers, but I know I wanted to play quarterback. That's what I've always played, kind of thing. So when Glenn gave me the opportunity to come out here and play, I jumped at it.
Were you recruited by any other BCFC teams? Was there a bidding war there?
Just the Rams. I mean, the Rams wanted me to come out and play. Like they said, quarterback or safety, like whatever you're into. But I knew I wanted to play quarterback, and the way Glenn recruited me and the way he told me what he wanted me to do and how he wanted me to do it, and I was into it.
This first time, I assume, living away from home for you. And last year with the billet, I guess, first of all, the billet experience. What was that like for you? How huge was it to have that kind of support network, being an 18-year-old out of the nest for the first time?
It was good to billet, I think, my first year. Like being away from home, I got to have like a family environment, have home-cooked meals and that kind of stuff. So that was good for me, having a billet.
Now you're out on your own, living with roommates, grocery shopping, laundry, the whole thing. Is it a little bit overwhelming? I mean, I don't think people realize this, but when you move away as a junior football athlete, you get a job, you have to learn how to do everything for yourself, pay bills, laundry, cooking, the whole thing, and at the same time play high-level football. How are you balancing everything?
It's kind of a little bit of a transition, I guess. I just got a job, so let's throw that in the mix pretty soon here. But I mean, doing grocery shopping, laundry, it's like I kind of forget about it a little bit. So me and my roommate just kind of remind each other.
Do you feel as though you've kind of already sort of grown as a man, as a human being, and into the sort of productive line of society?
Yeah, a little bit. This year, coming in, I knew I had to be a little more mature, and I think that's what I did in the off-season, is matured and became an adult. So.
For you, I know that your dad was a big part of your football career coming up, coached you along the way. How pivotal was that? I mean, what role did he play in developing you as a football player?
I mean, he was really straight up with me. He never lied to me. He was always, told me what I did good, what I did bad, what I needed to work on. So it was always good to end, but he was always in my corner at the same time. He always had my back and trusted me with whatever needed me to do. Was
it hard for you to start being coached by people that weren't your dad as you sort of aged and got older and into different programs?
No, I don't think so. I mean, all throughout my football life, I've got along with coaches and had good relationships with them. So no, getting coached by someone else wasn't necessarily bad or anything, just a little bit different to get used to at the start.
And he coached on the defensive side of the ball. How did you end up on offense?
Well, my first year I was 6, I think. I played defensive tackle when I was in Adam. It was my first year football.
I couldn't picture that for you now.
No. And then my second year, my dad was good friends with the head coach as well, and he was like, hey, Jay, you want to play some quarterback? And so I tried it out, and just kind of from there just took off and just kept on playing it, and then played both offense and defense just growing up the whole time.
A lot of different stadiums in the BCFC. You've got the Apple Bowl, you've got Hillside Stadium, that are these gorgeous venues with infrastructure, and in Nanaimo, obviously a different scenario. But where's your favorite place to play in the league?
I mean, before I came here, I would have said somewhere like Langley or something like that, turf fields. But playing on grass and playing at Caledonia, the environment we have, I love it. It's the best thing I ever played at.
Does the fact that everyone else hates it make you like it more? I mean, because everyone hates coming to Nanaimo.
Everyone comes to Nanaimo and they, what's the stadium, what are these locker rooms, all that stuff. But I don't know, it just kind of feeds us more and gets us a little bit more into the game, I think.
Do you think that, is it really the best home field advantage in the league, maybe, in that it's already in the opponent's heads, they don't want to be there?
Yeah, I think so. And our fans get really fired up for it and get into the game, so I think so.
You're third in the conference in passing last season. Fantastic rookie campaign, really. But how do you build on that? Where do you need to be better this year? And just for you personally, what's the goal? Is it lead the conference in touchdowns, passing? Where do you see yourself moving into this season?
First of all, I have to be better with the ball in my hands. I threw 12 interceptions last year, I think it was, and 8 touchdowns. So that
I think
category.
it was 7 and 10 or
Was it
something.
7
But
and
it
10?
was more picks than
Yeah,
touchdowns.
whatever it was. I mean, that has to be like fixed for sure. I mean, I can't throw that many picks in a season and expect to win a championship. So that for sure has to be changed. And then for me, personal goals, I don't really have any right now. I mean, I want to win a national championship. Our team wants to win a national championship, and that's what the goal is. So if I throw one touchdown and 100, it doesn't matter to me what it is. I just want to win a national championship.
Doug Hawking is a really unique guy. He's an intense coach, and I think has a very unique approach to everything. If you had to describe him, if a player was saying, "Hey, I might want to come play for the Raiders," what's Coach Hawk all about? How would you say?
Doesn't play games. He doesn't mess around. He's gonna be straight up to you. I mean, he's a little intimidating, scary when you first meet him. But like when you talk to him, when you hear the way he talks to the team, you know he's a coach. And he knows what he's talking about.
There was a scary incident with your club and at your quarterback position as well. And I guess before we get to that, first of all, when you found out that Jamie Ibarra was coming back to the BCFC, back to the Raiders after a stint at college and all that he had done previously here with the Raiders, what were your thoughts? I mean, a lot of guys would think, man, there goes my spot. They're trying to recruit me. But what was in your mindset when you heard that Ibarra was coming back to the Raiders?
I mean, before I talked to Coach, I didn't really know a lot about Jamie and stuff. I honestly didn't know he played for the Raiders, didn't know anything about him. But honestly, I talked to coaches and stuff and told him more about him. I was kind of excited because, guys that come in there at 22, you learn from them, you get experience. He has 3 more years in the league than I do, so get to learn. At the same time, you have to compete at a high level, and whoever wins the job wins the job.
Now, practice about 10 days ago, what happened? I mean, what was going on the field with him and his health issue?
We were doing conditioning before practice or whatever it was, and he was running and said he couldn't catch his breath or something like that, so we went over to the trainer's table. He wasn't feeling it, didn't know where he went at all, and then we just saw him leaving, and coach was like, yeah, Jamie's going to the hospital, he has to get some stuff checked out. And then next we heard from him as a team, he had a blood clot in his lung.
Wow. So unlikely that he's going to be able to play again this season. I mean, you never want to win a starting position that way, but it's the reality of it now. Does that change your mindset at all now? Now this is your club now, and more so than it was even 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think I have to take more of a leadership role because Jamie's a big vocal leader, and guys respond to what he does. So I have to step up and be more of that role and lead the guys by example too.
Is that easy for you? Natural?
I'd say I more lead by. I lead just my play and stuff, not so much talking. So that's something I have to work on. Is just continually talking to guys and letting them know what to do and be vocal.
You were part of one of the weirdest football incidents I've ever seen in my life last year in West Shore. I know, and I know you might not want to go back to that. It was a crazy scene, and it's not about West Shore. It's not about the league, But I just wanted to get your insight into that because you're on the sidelines, and it's the BC Championship or the BC semifinals, and a fan comes up and bam, hits you in the face with a cup of coffee. Never seen anything like it.
No, neither.
What's going through your head at that moment?
Honestly, didn't really take it in until after. I was got hit in the face and then turned around, kind of what just happened for a second? My coach was like, yo, why are you covered in coffee, man? And he's got coffee thrown at me or whatever, and just kind of took it, went back, and we had to go back on offense. Kind of just went out there and did my thing. We drove down the field or whatever we did, came back, and then everyone's freaking out about it. I just had to kind of happen, let it go, and move on. We're in such a big game that couldn't affect me, I think.
Is that something you had to talk about a lot, though, moving in the days ahead? Everyone must have wanted to know.
Calls, text messages, Facebook, it all blew up, man. Everyone.
It was bizarre. I've never seen anything quite like that. Have you heard anything else about it? I heard the young man who did it was going to get charged with mischief or something. I don't know how it turned out.
I decided to not do that and he just did some community service and did a rehabilitation thing, I guess, something like that. And he wrote me a letter and apologized and everything like that. So I'm over. I'm done with it. It happened. It's over with.
If it's you, that's fine. But last year, who was the best quarterback in the BCFC?
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna say it's me because that's the way it is. But honestly, I think Ashley McKinnon from West Shore was really good last year. He ran the ball. He ran the ball effectively, and when he played or whatever, and he passed it well. When we played them as well, he kind of did it all. But definitely think it's myself.
That's fair. Is there a guy on another team, maybe, or again, it can be your team, that you really noticed out there that you thought, man, that kid's a baller, and he's got talent, he's got next level skills. Somebody that stood out to you in that way? I'm putting you on the spot here.
My team,
It
or
can be your team. It can be anyone in the league that really you thought, I'm going to see that guy in the CFL one day and with that kind of talent.
Probably Lane Hall from Okanagan. That dude just like flew around.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Him and also Sean Robinson from Western. We played them week 2. He chased me all over the field and lit me up a couple times. So he's definitely next level talent, I think.
Jake, I know the Raiders' goal is national championship this year. It should be the goal for every team. But the BCFC had one of their former coaches and now involved in the executive, Howie Zarin, do sort of a preseason ranking. And he has Langley being the winners this year, and the Raiders right in the middle. Not great, not bad. How did you react to that? Is that something that the team has digested and talked about at all?
Honestly, I didn't even read it. We at practice, we're not buying into anything. People can say what they want. They can, talk about whatever they want to talk about. But come week 1, we'll find out everything, right? So I'm not too worried about the rankings. What people just say about us.